Dimensions. Dimensions. Most probably you are familiar with the term dimensions and the knowledge that we live in a three-dimensional world, or rather what three dimensions are, which are length, width and height. But there are way more dimensions, and exactly about this I'm going to talk about in this video. So hello and welcome. My name is Matthias and I help my viewers achieve their full potential. So the dimensions. How many dimensions are there, and what are they about? And hey yo, what can I tell you about dimensions? So I have different views about it. So I'd like to share with you my knowledge and give you some value, and also my insights about this topic. So dimensions, as I already mentioned, there are three. You are aware with the three dimensions we are living in here, but there is actually way more related with dimensions. So as soon as you go to the fourth dimension, which is time, and also it is about the mind and how to make use of it. You step even higher in all other dimensions, you realize that time actually is an illusion. Time is an illusion. You can bend time, you can stretch it, or you can even shorten it. It's quite simple. So fourth dimension is also about the mind, how to make use of the mind. The next dimension, the fifth dimension, this is where the heart, the unconditional love, comes into play. This is also the dimension of the astral world, or the astral dimension. So in case you know about astral traveling or astral projection, which I will talk about in another video, you are traveling in these realms in the fifth dimension. So there you leave your physical body and realize, hey, you are not limited to this three-dimensional body made of flesh and blood, but you are actually way more than this. And traveling around there is pretty interesting. And yeah, it's like dreaming, but you have unlimited potential or possibilities in this world, in this dimension you are traveling around. So the fifth dimension is about this. The sixth dimension is where good and evil resides, which are both important, and God, the universe, created evil as well as good out of a reason. It's also the evil is also the shadow, and according to Matthias De Stefano, the good helps you or supports you or helps everyone to find their way. But if they are not listening, or if you are not listening to this, which is the good communicates with you through intuition and other messages. About this I made a video, synchronicities. They will then take the hard way for you, or they choose to send the evil actually to make you realize. I mean, if you have the choice of going this way or that way, and this way is the good way and this is the bad way, and it leads you towards somewhere completely else, and you get strongest hints to take the good way, but you take the bad way, or you take this bad decision, they will send evil here. Let's say you go by car, take this way. What they do, you're gonna have an accident. Simple as that. So this accident then leads, hopefully, you to realize certain things. Not that it only was a bad way to go, but maybe that you need to take a break. Easy as that. So you have realizations. So how do you view then later on this accident? As something bad or something good? Are you grateful for it? The current example we have here is the COVID situation. How do you view it? Is it something bad? Is it something good? Are you grateful for it? For instance, for me, it was one of the best things that happened in my life in terms of self-development or evolution, my own evolution, spiritual evolution, as I had very important realizations, and I took these decisions and had enough time to think about it as I was in self-isolation. So how do you view it? Another thing, or not another thing, but another being that resides in the sixth dimension is your higher self, which is your connection between your physical self and your divine self. So yes, this is also the being, your soul, which has the overview over your life, which knows exactly what path, what's good for you, which way you should take. So it's important, and it communicates with you through intuitive insights, and so on. So follow your intuition, which is very important, as it is always the better decision than questioning everything with your mind, with your rational mind. So fifth and sixth dimension, this is where the spirit, the astral beings reside. Next one is the seventh dimension. Oh, I wanted to say the sixth and fifth dimension. The seventh dimension, there's nothing significantly important to tell about. And then also the eighth dimension. In the eighth dimension, usually there are avatars or people with a very high vibrational level reside, and or also the enlightened people, which is not really a good place to be in, or a good dimension to live in. Yes, it is good, but it has its downsides, which I will explain later on. And yes, after the eighth dimension, there's a ninth dimension, which is the place where you are out of the matrix completely. Well, you're out of the matrix already below that, but on this dimension, you are on the same level as your I am presence, which is your divine presence, divine self. So if you want to be the full creator of everything, of your life, of the reality and everything, you need to go to the ninth dimension, at least. So about this more later. So what do I mean by the eighth dimension is not a good place to reside in? As your frequency, or as your vibration, as your energy level is very, very high, but you are in a state where you lose constantly energy to other people, and so you suck. You feel you feel exhausted all the time, energetically, and so on. you constantly lose energy, and you have your ups and you have your downs, very deep downs. And I know it from myself. I know from at least one other friend. As an example, you can look at the Babas or people, well, sadhus, well, the holy people in India usually, or people that search for enlightenment or are enlightened and so on. They reside, as I mentioned, in the 8th dimension. So they go to remote places where they don't lose any energy. So that's the reason why they usually go to monasteries which are high up in mountains and hard to reach, so no one comes bothering them. That's why I'm referring back to my friend I mentioned now, which is in the 8th dimension. I did a lot of energy work on him. Now he's still integrating, and it's in the end of the final phase of integration. And I noticed, okay, he's in the 8th dimension, which is, as I mentioned, dangerous, as he's always in this low, and you absorb everything around you, the negative energies, you lose energy, and so on and so on. And without the proper energetic measurements, protection, and so on, you lose this energy, and your life is pretty hard, especially as in the Western culture, about energy we are not really taught. So that's highly important to know about energy and consciousness and everything, what I'm teaching here through, or what I'm telling you about, or sharing with you in my videos. So the energy, as it is very... Then for the 8th dimensional beings or persons, it's highly important, or one of the most important steps they can do is go into the 9th dimension. How you do that, I will show in another video. I will offer courses to do so. But more about this later on, as mentioned. So in the 9th dimension, you are on a God level where you don't lose energy, but you constantly absorb. And as energy is neutral, you can then absorb, you can receive whatever energy comes at you, be it anger, be it sadness, be it joy, be it happiness, and so on. You transmute it and make it neutral, and it's life energy that you can make use of, be it manifesting, be it other things. So that's why it's highly important to go to the 9th dimension. Also about the 9th dimension, it is that you are on such a high vibration that everything in the universe is aligning with you. So you have a lot of power, but you have also a lot of responsibility, therefore. So you are directly connected with the divine source. You are God embodied, or the universe embodied. And you release energy blockages from other people just by being in this state, in this 9th dimension. They lose the blockage and you win this energy, but it's a win-win situation. A and B, you achieve everything through non-doing and not wanting. Not doing anything, but non-doing, which is a highly important difference, because you still work or you still do things, but you don't specifically do something to achieve this necessarily, because everything comes to you. What are you ready to receive? What are you ready to let go? About this I talk in another video. So from the 9th dimension on, my teacher, or my current teacher, calls this G4, which is a dimension 9 till 12. From that on, it's infinite amounts of dimensions. In the different dimensions, there are also extraterrestrial beings, different species living there. Arcturians, for instance, in the 9th dimension, or I heard 7th dimension too, somewhere there. There are beings which are only reside in 4th dimension. They cannot go higher or so. 15D Syrians, for instance, and so on and so on. About extraterrestrials in another video. And so maybe, to come back to the dimensions, what you noticed is, maybe you know Nikola Tesla, the famous engineer, inventor, and so on, a genius from the last century. He was talking about the numbers 3, 6, and 9. So you notice we are in this three-dimensional, in this third dimension here currently. And then the 6th dimension is where the higher self resides, and the 9th dimension is where your divine self resides. So just as a, maybe as a thought for you. And yes, I checked the highest, or there are very few, or the people with the highest dimensional level, they are on 33, and they are hidden, of course. They are hiding somewhere. And so, enough being said. That's it for this video. I hope you got a lot of value. If so, please like, share, and comment, and follow. That's highly appreciated. And hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for being. Thank you very much for keeping your vibration high. Follow me for more information on how to go to the 9th dimension. I highly recommend it. And you're beautiful. Thanks for now. Much love. Namaste. Your Matthias.